I stepped out of the shower last month, and my skin felt like sandpaper. My hair was brittle, dull, and completely lifeless. I realized my city water was basically a chemical cocktail of chlorine and hard minerals. Buying a filtered shower head seemed like the obvious fix, but navigating the endless sea of cheap plastic filters and bogus claims was an absolute nightmare. Today, we are cutting through the garbage. I tested the top contenders to show you exactly which shower filter will actually save your skin and hair, or which ones are just expensive water weakeners. Let's dive in. 7. Brondell Shower Filter VivaSpring. When I first screwed the Brondell VivaSpring compact shower filter onto my shower arm, I had moderately high hopes based on its sleek, polished chrome appearance. It certainly looks the part of a premium bathroom accessory, blending in effortlessly with my existing hardware without looking like a bulky industrial add-on. The installation process was relatively painless, taking me just a few minutes without needing to call in a plumber or wrestle with complicated tools. It is definitely compact, which is a great starting point if you have a smaller shower stall and really do not want to sacrifice precious headroom while showering. The filtration technology inside relies on KDF material, which is standard for reducing free chlorine and mercury. During my first few showers, I noticed a slight reduction in that harsh, bleachy smell that usually accompanies my municipal water supply. My skin did not feel quite as tight as it normally does immediately after drying off. However, the VivaSpring's performance felt a bit superficial over time, skimming the surface of the problem rather than providing a deep, comprehensive filtration solution that I was desperately looking for to improve my daily routine. As the weeks dragged on during my testing, the reality of its compact size began to show its glaring limitations. Because the cartridge is so incredibly small, the water simply does not spend enough time in contact with the media to transform heavily chlorinated water. I found myself needing to replace the filter well before the advertised 6-month mark because my hair started feeling brittle all over again. Furthermore, the water pressure took a noticeable hit. My normally invigorating morning shower was reduced to a somewhat depressing trickle, making rinsing shampoo out of my thick hair a frustrating chore. 6. Sprite SL2BN Universal Shower Filter. Moving on to the Sprite, I wanted to see if a slightly different approach to a compact design could yield better results. Sprite is a massive name in the shower filtration industry, so my expectations were naturally elevated. The brushed nickel finish I tested matched my bathroom decor reasonably well, and it extended the shower head out by only a little over an inch. This slim profile is the main selling point, aiming to provide cleaner water without lowering your shower head to an uncomfortable height, which I initially appreciated for my daily routine. Sprite utilizes their patented chlorine filtration media, which is specifically designed to work efficiently in hot water environments, unlike standard carbon filters. When I first fired it up, the water did feel distinctly softer, and the aggressive chlorine vapor that usually fogs up my bathroom was pleasantly absent. The water flowed over my skin with a silkier texture, and for the first week, I thought I'd found a solid, unobtrusive solution to my hard water woes. It genuinely seemed to neutralize the harsh chemical feel of the tap water perfectly, giving me a false sense of security. Unfortunately, the honeymoon phase with the Sprite SL2BN was incredibly short-lived. The fatal flaw here is the housing design and the overall durability of the internal components. Within a month of daily use, I noticed a very slow, irritating leak developing right at the seam where the filter housing twists together. No amount of tightening or extra Teflon tape seemed to fix the issue permanently. It felt like the plastic threading inside the casing was degrading under the constant pressure and heat, which is completely unacceptable for a product meant to handle hot showers daily. 5. Delta Faucet Clarifi Standard Shower Filter. Delta is a titan in bathroom fixtures, and their foray into shower filtration shows a clear understanding of what consumers actually need in their homes. The attachment process was incredibly smooth, threading perfectly onto my existing setup with a reassuring, high-quality seal. It does not look like a cheap afterthought. Rather, it feels like a deliberate, well-engineered extension of your shower hardware that absolutely belongs there. What really impressed me about the Clarifi was its immediate impact on the water's sensory qualities. Delta uses a multi-stage filtration process that noticeably targets not just chlorine, but also the sediment and scale that can wreck your hair cuticles. The very first shower I took with this unit installed was an absolute revelation. The water felt distinctly lighter, and my body wash lathered up twice as much as it normally does. That is a telltale sign that the filter is successfully removing the hardness minerals that typically bind with soap and prevent a good, rich lather. Over a prolonged testing period of several weeks, the Delta Clarifi maintained its stellar performance beautifully. I meticulously monitored my skin's hydration levels, and the chronic dry patches on my elbows and knees began to fade completely. My hair, which usually gets frizzy and unmanageable due to hard water deposits, felt significantly smoother and more responsive to my daily styling products. Unlike the previous filters that choke my water flow, this unit managed to deliver a surprisingly satisfying, full-bodied spray. It struck a fantastic balance between restricting the water enough to filter it properly and letting enough through to keep the shower enjoyable. 4. Aquasana AQ 4105 Shower Filter. The moment I unboxed this unit, I could tell it meant absolute business. Its unique upflow design is visually distinct from the standard inline cylinders, and while it takes up a bit more visual space in the shower stall, the engineering behind it is absolutely brilliant. I paired it with their massaging shower head, and the installation was a breeze, instantly transforming my basic bathroom setup into what felt like a professional, high-end spa station. The Aquasana utilizes a dual-stage filtration system combining a copper-zinc oxidation medium with premium coconut shell carbon. This isn't just clever marketing jargon. In my extensive testing, the physical results were profoundly noticeable. The filter systematically strips out chlorine, lead, iron, and other harsh volatile organic compounds. Breathing in the thick steam during a hot shower was no longer an exercise in inhaling vaporized chemicals. The air smelled incredibly clean and pure. The difference in my respiratory comfort alone made this filter stand out remarkably from the cheaper alternatives I had previously suffered through. The real magic of IQ 4105, however, lies in exactly how it treats your hair and skin over time. After a month of exclusive use, the transformation in my hair's overall texture was undeniable. My color-treated hair stopped fading so aggressively, and the natural oils on my scalp finally found a healthy balance because they were not being stripped away by harsh chlorine every single morning. Furthermore, the upflow design actively prevents the filter media from channeling or clogging, meaning the water pressure remained impressively strong and consistent from the first day to the 60th day of my testing period. 3. Weddell Duo Shower Filter. This product completely caught me off guard in the absolute best way possible. While most filters focus solely on basic chemical reduction, the Weddell Duo brings a totally different beast to the forefront: microplastics. The design is sleek, modern, and slightly futuristic, looking more like a high-end tech gadget for your bathroom rather than a standard plumbing fixture. Setting it up felt like upgrading my home to the next century, and the build quality is exceptional, featuring premium materials that scream long-lasting durability. During my rigorous testing, the dual filtration mechanism of the Weddell Duo proved to be nothing short of revolutionary. The first stage aggressively tackles the standard culprits like chlorine, heavy metals, and rust, utilizing a highly compressed carbon block. The second stage is a meticulously engineered micron filter designed to capture microscopic debris and microplastics that effortlessly bypass lesser systems. Bathing in water filtered by the Weddell felt incredibly pristine. There was a literal squeaky clean sensation to my skin that I had never experienced with standard KDF filters, giving me immense peace of mind about what my pores were absorbing. What truly elevates the Weddell Duo is how perfectly it maintains the bathing experience while executing this extreme level of microscopic filtration. Often, heavy-duty microfilters decimate water pressure, turning your shower into a miserable, frustrating drip. However, Weddell has intelligently designed their internal water pathways to maximize flow rate. I enjoyed a luxurious, powerful stream of water that easily rinsed out deep conditioners and incredibly thick body washes. My skin, typically prone to severe winter flakiness, remained amazingly supple and hydrated throughout my weeks of testing, proving that removing these physical microscopic irritants makes a massive physiological difference. 2. KOHLER 33631 YBL. Just missing the top spot is the absolutely stunning KOHLER. When you talk about bringing genuine luxury into the bathroom space, KOHLER is the undisputed king. And this filtered showerhead is a masterpiece of design and engineering. I tested the striking matte black finish, and it instantly elevated the entire aesthetic of my shower space, looking sophisticated and incredibly modern. Unlike inline filters that you clumsily attach behind your existing head, this is a fully integrated system. The filter is entirely hidden within the showerhead itself, completely eliminating the bulky, Frankenstein-esque look of most aftermarket setups. KOHLER's advanced filtration technology is seamlessly woven into their legendary water delivery systems. When I turned the handle, I was greeted with an enveloping, drenching spray that KOHLER is world famous for. The internal filter works tirelessly to reduce chlorine and foul odors, and the results are brilliantly immediate. The water feels incredibly soft and luxurious, turning a mundane daily routine into a high-end spa experience. I noticed a massive improvement in the lather of my high-end shampoos. A tiny dime-sized drop exploded into a rich foam because the water was so perfectly conditioned and free of harsh chemical interference. The true beauty of this KOHLER unit during my extensive testing was its absolute consistency and structural integrity. There are absolutely no extra joints to leak, no awkward extensions to painfully lower your shower height, and absolutely no compromise on the spray pattern. The nozzles are designed to powerfully resist hard water buildup, meaning the spray remained perfectly uniform and highly pressured day after day. My skin felt deeply nourished after every single shower, entirely free from the tight, itchy sensation that my municipal water normally inflicts. 1. Canopy filtered showerhead. Let me tell you, I have tested dozens of shower filters over the years, and the Canopy completely redefines what a wellness-focused shower accessory should be. From the moment the elegantly branded box arrived on my doorstep, I knew this was an entirely different caliber of product. The installation took me less than 3 minutes, and its sleek, minimalist design looked absolutely flawless in my modern bathroom. It doesn't just look visually pleasing, it is engineered with an obsessive focus on dermatological health and sensory perfection, making it the ultimate upgrade. The sheer filtration power of the Canopy is frankly astonishing to experience firsthand. It utilizes a highly advanced, multi-stage granular activated carbon and KDF55 filtration system that absolutely annihilates chlorine, heavy metals, magnesium, and calcium. The very first time I stepped under the Canopy, the water felt profoundly different. It felt pure, weightless, and incredibly soft. It was like bathing in a secluded, natural hot spring. For several weeks, I carefully monitored my skin and hair, and the results were nothing short of miraculous. My chronic dry scalp completely vanished without a trace, and my hair achieved a level of natural shine and immense volume that I hadn't seen since my teenage years. But Canopy doesn't stop at merely filtering the water. They elevate the entire bathing environment. What absolutely solidified this as my undisputed #1 pick is the optional, brilliant integration of their sensory aroma infusions. You can place their custom, high-quality essential oil blends onto the felt diffuser situated directly on the showerhead, and as the hot, purifying water flows, your shower instantly transforms into a deeply relaxing, aromatic steam room.